You know, it'd be rude to refuse a gift from a goddess.
Welcome back to The Trends and to another video about one of your favorite Disney movies. In today's video, we're going to be revisiting 2016's Moana. This oceanic adventure really shook things up, presenting us with a story very different from anything Disney's done before. Not your typical romantic story of a princess fighting for love, not even a love interest for our girl protagonist this time. Moana set the bar high for the future feature films with a female lead that is genuinely strong, independent, and resourceful, moved by the noblest interest in her own inner flame. Moana conquered our hearts, and her story ended when she was ready to embrace her fate as a voyager and maybe conquer more lands for her people. That's why we can't wait for the sequel, because we absolutely think that Moana 2 will be different. Let's talk about it.
Congratulations on not being dead, Curly. You surprised me.
Not many Disney movies end at a point in their own chronology that is perfect for a sequel as Moana's final. If you remember the film, after Moana understands that the fiery and hateful Te Kā and the kind and loving Te Fiti are one and the same, she's able to finally bring peace to the disturbed goddess of creation by giving her back her stolen heart. This action not only calmed the furious goddess, but brought back the old times of prosperity for the island by undoing the evil influence the darkness was exerting on farm animals, fish, and crops. Moana saved the goddess, saved her community, and saved herself from a life of frustration and limitation. She went for her full potential, and she got to the point where she could start exploring it. And that's exactly where her journey ends in the first movie. She inspires her whole tribe to embrace their roots as voyagers and sail the seas once again, now with Moana as her expert wayfinder and leader. The final scene in the movie shows us Moana pointing towards the unknown, ready to be one with the open sea along Maui and her tribe, ready to discover new worlds full of possibilities. In this sense, the ending offers a clean slate for the filmmakers. The second part of Moana has it all in favor with well-established characters, the beginning of a new quest now in motion, and a well-defined character arc for a female lead that earned every right to be called an official Disney princess, even when she's technically just the chief's daughter. But we won't be distracted by technicalities here.
I am Moana.
Hero of men.
What?
It's actually Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea.
We are all anxious here about getting the sequel, so it's important not to ask ourselves about its release date, its plot, and more of its details. But we have recently learned from Disney's announcement that their plans are a little different from what we have in mind. Instead of announcing a proper sequel in form of a feature-length movie, the House of Mouse confirmed that the most immediate project on the horizon for Moana will come in the form of a Disney Plus series. This might come as a bit of a disappointment for fans given the decrease in the audience's interest in serialized productions from its streaming platform. Or at least that's what we've been observing lately regarding the overflow of TV shows that have been released as part of Marvel's cinematic universe.
Well. Little Maui's having trouble with his luck. You little Sammy-dummy mini-god.
If we take a look at Disney products in the animation department this year, we can check that they are going all in with this new business model focused on short, serialized projects instead of releasing sequels. Were you expecting a sequel for the Cars franchise? Sorry, no movie for you, but we're releasing Cars on the Road, a miniseries that barely uses the characters from the franchise as an excuse to connect it to these films. Are you dying to get a continuation of the events in Big Hero 6? Can't do it. But here, you have another disconnected TV show starring Baymax. The same thing goes for Monsters at Work, Ice Age, Scrat Tales, and Olaf Presents. But is this a bad trend? It depends on your expectations, of course, but if we take these examples as a point of comparison, it's impossible not to feel that some movie franchises won't be getting what they deserve story-wise. A fantastic original story such as Moana really deserves a deeper level of exploration than the ones we've seen in the aforementioned shows.
You told me to help our people. This is how we help our people.
Even when we have confirmation for the sequel to Moana in the form of a Disney Plus show, we still don't have definitive information about it. According to Collider, the new Moana series will pick up right after the film left up and will follow Moana's adventures and is expected to start streaming in 2024. We just don't have an exact release date or official synopsis yet, but we can speculate about what we'll see in this continuation for Moana and how they'll continue her story. After all, well, there's still a lot of time. We need to wait before it's 2024, right? If something is obvious here, it's that Moana and her tribe are off to new worlds, and the series has to be one focused on exploration, adventures, discoveries, and new territories. So the story could continue with Moana's people finding new islands to populate. In this scenario, she would have to assume her place as a chief's daughter and prepare herself to become a chief in the future, even though it has always been her dream to explore the oceans. She could also help the people settle in the new lands as she keeps exploring new territories and teaches the new generations to sail and embrace their true identities as voyagers. It also has been rumored that we could see Moana interacting with the new princess of Latino origin, which would widen the fan base of the series and keep paving the way for Inclusion Road and Disney's agenda. In this scenario, we would see an interesting approach to an event in which they cross paths with different cultures and ways of life. But again, this hasn't been confirmed and we need to wait and see. Would you like to see a Latino princess joining the Disney ranks? Let us know in the comments below.
You told me to help our people. This is how we help our people.
Moana's original direction was in charge of a creative team instead of a single person. Even though John and Ron are credited as directors, Chris and Dawn also worked on co-directing the movie. The same assembly of people won't be repeating this time. So, the Moana series will be directed by David, who is part of the department for the 2016 movie. He released an official statement in which he said, "Working on Moana was a gift, personally and professionally. The film Moana caught and shared the spirit of Polynesia with the world. I am honored to continue her story and to celebrate the rich and beautiful cultures of the Pacific Islands." Derek joined Disney Animation specifically to work on Moana, which deepened his connections with his family's Samoan roots. After working as a storyboard artist on The Lion King, Raya and the Last Dragon, and the new film Encanto, Derek will be returning to the world of Moana. The Moana series will also be the first project produced at Walt Disney's Animation's new studio in Vancouver. Regarding the cast for the new series, we can expect the return of the actress who played Moana, and of course, we'd also love to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reprising his role too. But right now, nothing's been confirmed in this department.
I'm back. Mwah. It's Maui time!
Are you ready for the sequel? What's your favorite idea for a second part? We can't wait for Moana 2 to become a reality and show us the actual reach of this fantastic modern take on a figure of the Disney princess. We love you, Moana. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Check the rest of our channel for more content about your favorite animated movies. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn your notifications on by hitting that little bell if you want to keep receiving awesome stuff like this. Bye.
No one goes outside the reef. We are safe here. There is no darkness. There are no monsters.